Hi all, this is the kid over here. So today we are going to the hardware side. It's not like pure hardware, software is also related, and also a little bit of gaming, not that much gaming. I do have plan to give you a some sort of gaming that is done in Raspberry Pi, but right now what I am planning to do in this video is that I just wanted to show you guys what I have done to the software part of the Raspberry Pi. So the metal box that right in front of you contains a Raspberry Pi 3B Plus. So it's inside a metal case. So I bought it. I think I bought it a couple of years ago. So this is the 4 USB port. I have not attached anything in this box other than a small fan. It's been connected, and there are a couple of heatsinks that is used in the processors, like the main processor, the RAM, and other stuffs. And that's pretty much it about it right now. It has an 16 GB SD card, and in this SD card is what we have done the software. Okay, so before I just want to show you guys the software. I'm not going in much detail of all the stuff that's in there. I just wanted you guys to see what I have done. And this is not a comparison video, like there are lots of other Raspberry Pi fans that has done robotics and lots of other useful stuffs, but I just wanted to share with you what I have done with my Raspberry Pi 3B Plus. Okay, so let's just connect this to a display and let's just fire it up. So friends, I have connected our Raspberry Pi metal box to my TV, and I am going to switch on it right now. So I have connected a wireless keyboard cum mouse combo. This thing, I have connected this thing to my Raspberry Pi, as well as I connected a 320 GB SSD. I have made the HDMI connections and the power connection. I just need to switch on the device as well as the TV. Okay, so I am going to switch on the device. Right now you will be hearing the fan noise. Fan noise is bit annoying. It's little bit loud, but that's okay with me, since I'm kind of a rough user. I just wanted it to be installed in the case, so that's why it is there. So other than that, the device works perfectly well without any issues. So as you can see there, I have already loaded Raspbian. Before going into much detail, let's see once it boots up. So I have not talked about the software that has been loaded in this SD card. So let's give it a time. So it has got some softwares and then some background services, and also some servers are also running in this 16 GB SD card. Let's see how it's boots up. In order to make this video, I require two mobile, but I don't have a secondary mobile with me. The mobile that I'm currently using is being used as a video recorder. So anyhow, I'll show you all the services that is running parallelly. So the first thing that you get while booting my Raspberry Pi is KODI. Okay, and you can see that everybody knows about KODI. It's a media center OS. So I used to watch movies, listen to music, and some personal videos in KODI. So let's exit out of KODI. I'm not going much detail about KODI. So this is the latest version of KODI. Let's exit out of here and see to where it goes. So the next thing you are going to get is our emulation station. Currently I don't have any gamepads connected to my Raspberry Pi, so that's why the message is shown. I know no gamepads detected is shown on the screen. and this is actually the welcoming screen of RETROPIE. So we have KODI and RETROPIE right now in the 16 GB SD card. I will currently we are not getting into RETROPIE. We will just press F4 and exit out of there. I'll go into details of RETROPIE in another video. But in the next software, I mean next thing that's gonna boot in this 16 GB SD card, I will show you the controller that is used to control the RETROPIE. Okay, I don't need a physical controller. I can use any mobile or that I have has a controller in my RETROPIE. I think most of the guys who is familiar to RETROPIE will know what I am talking about right now. But for the other guys, just wait and see how I used to control, how I am using a mobile phone to control my RETROPIE as well as Raspbian and KODI. Okay, I'm not talking about the KODI core app nor the web service that is run in background in KODI. This is completely another stuff. So I am pressing F4 and then exiting out of here. So next thing we will get is right now we have got into Raspbian, and we are shown with our command prompt. I will just enter the command start X for getting into UI. Start X. So let it just boot up. It's a class 4 SD card, so that's why it's little bit slow. Not little bit slow, it's really slow because I am using a class 4 SD card. So I had a bunch of SD cards with me, so I am repurposing it for the softwares in Raspbian. So not in Raspbian, for the softwares of Raspberry Pi. Okay, so right now we have booted up into SD card and booted up into Raspbian desktop, not the SD card. Okay. So first thing you have to notice is that on the top right corner where the Wi-Fi indicator is there, you can see couple of interfaces, and that is UAP0. So some of you guys might already know about this. This is nothing but RASPAP. So RASPAP basically converts the Raspberry Pi into a Wi-Fi router. So I have configured RASPAP in such a way that my Raspberry Pi will act as a hotspot as well as a Wi-Fi receiver. Both of them, both of the items will run parallelly. So I can parallelly connect to another Wi-Fi, and my Raspberry Pi will act as a hotspot as well. So let's see its interface. So we have to give it some time, guys, so let it load. But in mobile it's not this slow. We can once the Raspberry Pi boots into KODI, we can directly access these services. So this is the RASP app interface where we can configure this as a where it has been already configured it as a hotspot as well as a Wi-Fi client using the same Wi-Fi interface of Raspberry Pi. So we have a bug over here. So even if I am connected to another Wi-Fi network, my wireless client will show as connected to none. So it's a bug of RASPAP. This is the latest version of RASPAP. I have not used the latest version. Previously it was another I used to have a older version of RASPAP, but at some particular point of time my 16 GB SD card got corrupted and I was unable to boot to any of the softwares. So right now I have to redo everything, reload all the stuffs once again, and that's how I was able to make this video. So it was pretty tough because I tried to figure out why this wireless client over here is not showing the network name. I am not sure why. It might be it's a bug. Actually all the open source softwares will be having small bugs, but this actually works. We can connect to another Wi-Fi and our Raspberry Pi will act as a hotspot at the same time. Okay, so that's one thing that is running over here. And in another tab I am going to add just a local host and see local host. As you can see, there's something that is pop virtual controls. So this is the second service that is running parallelly across all the platform, that is KODI, RETROPIE and Raspbian. So while I'm in RETROPIE, I can go ahead and select this gamepad and my mobile, whatever mobile I use that is connected to the same network as my Raspberry Pi is in. If I go into the web browser and enter the Raspberry Pi's IP address, it will show me this page, and when clicking on the gamepad, it will show me a virtual gamepad within the browser window. So let it load. This is a similar to the SNES game controller. So at a time you can connect 4 devices. Right now it's showing us one device is already connected. So this is virtual gamepad. It is hosted in the Node server. Node server is running parallelly. I'm not exactly sure whether it is the Node server or Node.js server. So one server is running parallelly. So it is hosted over there, this virtual gamepad. It's the Node server itself. Okay, it's the Node server itself. It's configured in the virtual gamepad is configured in the Node server, and this RASPAP is configured in light HTTPD server. Okay, so that's two server running parallelly, and I have already configured another service in light HTTPD, that is the ARIA2. So this is the link to the web user interface of ARIA2. So the web user interface is also loaded in the light HTTPD. So I use mainly I use Raspberry Pi this ARIA2 to download huge files, like files greater than 5 GB or 6 GB that can't be downloaded in our mobile. So all those things I will download in my Raspberry Pi using this ARIA download manager. So this is the web user interface. ARIA2 is a command line multi-protocol download manager, and they also provide a web user interface that needs to be hosted in a separate server. So I do have a light HTTPD server running in this Raspberry Pi, so I just hosted the web interface in the local itself. So these are the things that I have done in my Raspberry Pi. So I just wanted to show you guys what I have done in my Raspberry Pi and what all software that I have loaded in my Raspberry Pi. Since I don't have a secondary phone, I need to show you guys these services and web interfaces in the Raspbian desktop itself. If I had a secondary phone, I should have clearly shown you how these things can be controlled. And I have only shown you the gamepad. So for the virtual controls, we have the keyboard and touchpad itself. So I will just show you guys the keyboard and touchpad. So this is the keyboard that comes with the virtual controller, and let me go ahead and show you the touchpad. That fan is really noisy. Yeah, I know. So this is the touchpad. I am not sure whether yeah, you are able to see. I'm not from my point of view, I'm not sure whether it is being clearly visible. Actually, you can see the two buttons, left click and right click, as well as the area above is the touchpad. So that's it right now about my Raspberry Pi. I hope you have liked my configuration. So if you like my video, make sure that you hit the thumbs up button. If you don't like the video, give a dislike as well. And if you have any comments about how these things are configured, just leave me a comment. I can prepare another video of how these things are installed side by side. And I will provide all the links from where I got these softwares in the description. Make sure that you check out as well. And if you love this configuration, make sure that if you try it out in your Raspberry Pi. Okay, so it's really awesome that you do, once configured, you don't have to use a physical keyboard or device like this to control the Raspberry Pi. You can control it from your mobile itself. So all the things can be controlled in a mobile. Raspbian is also having the SSH servers are running, and it has got a SFTP service running, so we can transfer file from a mobile to the Raspberry Pi storage. And with the internet download manager running parallelly, we can download huge files. If we have a portable hard disk connected to Raspberry Pi, it's pretty easy. And when it comes to gaming, we can play classic games in Raspberry Pi as well. Since I don't have a controller connected right now, I'm not showing that in this video. Okay, so that's it for right now. This is the 80 Skill signing off. Take care, have a nice day. Make sure that you subscribe to the channel and make sure that you enable the bell icon as well, so that all the videos that I upload will reach you as a notification. Okay then guys, have a nice day. Take care of yourself. Bye bye.